Hi guys, it's Angia or Confessions of a Book Addict. Hope you're all doing well. I wanted to go to Barnes& & Noble on Tuesday, July 11th because You Love to Hate Me came out. I couldn't wait that long, so I ended up going the Saturday before and pre-ordering Because You Love to Hate Me. I've been reading the Mistborn series from Brandon Sanderson, who is an adult fantasy writer. His books are really good. They're really long, which I like. So I like big books and I cannot lie. Sorry. I can't sing. I apologize. But they're really good. It's an epic fantasy world that has to do with allomancy and, what if the Dark Lord won? So I was kind of like between that and my friend Zara Garcia, who's always trying to tell me to read adult fantasy. I'm like, I'm going to go to Barnes & Noble just for adult fantasy books. So I do have one young adult book because I can't not buy a young adult book. But most of these are adult, so if you're younger, take heed of that. And let's get into... Oh, it's a book haul. I never said it was a haul. It's a book haul. So I picked up 2 more Brandon Sanderson books. This one I actually heard of from Connor O'Brien. I'll link his channel down below. I believe he did either a haul or review of this book, and it's Elantris from Brandon Sanderson, and it's not that big considering who it's written by. So that's the first book in a trilogy, and it's the only one that's out so far. I think the next one's coming out, I believe it said on Goodreads 2020, and then the one after that is 2022. It's based on a city called Elantris, and where there's like really well-meaning but elephant demigods there that all used to be just regular humans. And then kind of what happens to that place after the magic falls. So it sounds really good. Just the way that Connor had explained it, I really wanted to look into it. And then I also grabbed from Brandon Sanderson The Way of Kings. That's a nice sized book. That's over 1,000. It is the first book in the Stormlight Archive series, which I think is like 10 books. I'm looking through it because I want to show you. Like, this is a big floppy paperback, which I like. It also has some really cool maps. I love books with maps because basically you're going into a whole new world, no matter what. Whenever you see a map, it's a new world. It seems that The Way of Kings is it almost reminds me of Game of Thrones a little bit, not exactly, but it seems to be a lot of war involved, a lot of kingdoms involved, a slave who's trying to rise up and do what's right. And I'm just hoping it's really good, because if there's, 9 books after that, I'm always looking for a really long series, one that you can kind of just get lost in. I also want to try reading some Neil Gaiman. I know everyone's been talking about American Gods, which I did not watch, and I have not read. The only book I've read from him is Coraline. I walked past this book a bunch of times, and finally I picked it up, because, they have it on the end caps. So it's Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman. And I was actually really drawn to it, because when I looked at it, it says Loki and Thor. I'm familiar with the Norse gods now, because I read the first book in the Magnus Chase series. They put it best on the back. Gaiman transforms Norse myths into addictive reading for young and old. So he takes the original stories and he turns it however he can turn. So on that, I also, my friend Sarah Garcia, hi Sarah, had said to get Good Omens, which is Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett. It sounds more funny than anything. Like the world is coming to an end. The prophecies are coming true. And then there's an angel and a demon that live on Earth who, they don't want the world to end. They're enjoying their time there. And I guess kind of what happens because of that. Yeah, it actually says, Clive Barker says, the apocalypse has never been funnier. That seems like an oxymoron. But that's okay. The last adult thing that I got, and you guys should be really, really proud of me. It's very hard for me to leave my comfort zone, even just going into an adult fantasy. What pushed me into that was V. Schwab with A Darker Shade of Magic, and then that led to Mistborn, which I almost bought only because of the covers. But now I'm loving the books. And then I went to my friend Sarah and I asked her for opinions. And then I also, again, Connor O'Brien, I watch his videos and he does a lot of adult fantasy books. And I think I heard of this from him. I'm not sure. But it is Death Note, Black Edition Volume 1. So it's actually volumes 1 and 2 in here. I mean, look at the pages. And you should be proud because it's... Look how pretty that is. It's manga. I don't own any. This is like my first one. My son owns a million. He reads Pokemon Adventures. So let me know if you guys like those. He's trying to get me to read those too. And they're perfect for him. And he could read. He's 8 years old. He reads like half of one of those in a day. So this is about someone who, he's a student and he finds a notebook that was lost from a death god. That if someone's name is written into it, they're going to die. So he wants to use it for good, like to get rid of the evil in the world. Is he still using it for good once someone kind of catches on and they're after him? So again, even if I have to learn how to read the manga because I have very bad spatial relation issues. So just the backwards of it kind of confuses me. I think it's just something you have to get used to. Like I had to get used to audiobooks and I don't know how I lived without audiobooks now. So the last book that I bought was my young adult book. I had coupons, so if that makes it better. And this was so pretty. It's Royal Bastards by Andrew Schwartz. It's so pretty. I mean, that was one of the main things that drew me to it. And then I saw someone do a review on it, and it was has to do with the bastard children of the royal families, and it follows them around. I think it's kind of like a Jon Snow type of thing, and it just sounds really good, and it actually feels nice. It's not even like just pretty, but it feels nice. I'm being weird now. Can you tell I can't wait till Sunday? Game of Thrones. A good way to get Game of Thrones if you're on a budget because you're too busy buying books. I do HBO Go. And I do that on my computer, and that's $15 for the month. And then my brother had left behind a Chromecast, which I don't know how much they are, but you could use them for a lot of different things. And so I put on my computer, and then I cast it to my TV, and I'm paying $15 to $30 for HBO, all of HBO for 2 months. So it's just a hack, I guess. So the last thing I bought, because we were walking out, and you're walking out of Barnes & Noble, and you see all the pretty stuff. So I saw this decoration, and it was a quote by Oscar Wilde. And it's very pretty. I'm going to put it on my bookshelf downstairs. And it says, "With freedom, books, flowers, and the moon, who could not be happy?" And then when I saw that it was Oscar Wilde who wrote it, that made me kind of sad with the "with freedom," because, he was put in jail for homosexuality back in the 1890s or whatnot. I've actually been to his grave because I was in France for study abroad. I went to his grave, and apparently I didn't have lipstick on me at the time. But what girls do is they put on like a fresh coat of lipstick, I guess, and they kiss his tombstone, and it's covered with lip marks. So that's my book haul. That was from Saturday. I have ordered Because You Love to Hate Me. I'm waiting for that to come in the mail. And I ordered the Juniper's Lemon Happiness. I don't think I'm saying that right. But that's for Booktubeathon, which I'm really excited for. I can't wait to, I'm trying to read the second Mistborn book and finish the second Outlander book. So my reading schedule's like clear for Booktubeathon. And alright, well, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite fantasy books are, if you have any. Whether it's middle grade, young adult, adult. I love it all. Oh, and thank you, Sarah, for the good recommendations. Keep reading.